Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Fred and Mac, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is your dog's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and let go on his training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Mac will come home with his very own training collar, and you'll be taught how to use that during your follow-up training session. Now he is sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Mac heel. And at this point, Mac has a job to do. His job is to walk along nicely next to Fred, and each time that Fred stops his feet, Mac has been taught to sit automatically without being told and wait for his next command. So when you're walking him on the street and you stop to cross traffic or talk to a neighbor, Mac should be sitting nicely at your left and waiting for his next command. And the next command that Fred is going to demonstrate is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and it is a one-word command to stay. And you can practice your stays indoors as well as outdoors. The sit stay is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes. When Fred returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him as an additional distraction, returning all the way back around to Mac's shoulders, and then he gets a pat for praise. And Mac has come a very, very long way because he was really a very nervous dog, very unsure of himself. If he doesn't sit, you'll hear Fred say, "No, sit." But those sits should be automatic. And he's never worked out here in the driveway before, so this is new to him. So anything new for Mac can create, a little bit of nervousness in him. Now this time, instead of returning back to him, Fred's going to call him. The command is Mac, come. And he comes and sits right in front, facing Fred's knees, and then he returns back around to heel position, back sitting and ready for his next command. Fred leaves him in another stay. Remember, when you call him, you lighten your tone of voice. Coming to you should always be a good thing. Call him in, he comes in very happy, wagging, and sits right in front. And then he goes back to heel position. Very good. Now we're asking a lot of Mac because it's freezing cold out here and it's snowy, but we are going to ask him to do his down commands. Now the first down command that we're going to do is the down from a heel position. So with your dog at your left, with his shoulders next to your left leg, in a seated position, you're going to take your left open palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word command to down. And then Fred leaves him in a stay. And these sit stays and down stays are to be used indoors as well as outdoors. We're going to have Fred return back to him. He was starting to get up. Walk all the way around. That helps to build his confidence and his trust, too. And heels him out of that, and we're going to demonstrate that down from a heel one more time for you. He's going to have a good life with you guys. He's a really nice dog. Just very unsure of himself. One word firm command to down. Fred leaves him in a stay. And you can also call him out of that exercise.
Oh boy.
When you're dealing with rescues, of course, as you well know, you don't know what they've been through before you got them. So you can see that he's eager to please, but a little nervous and not sure of himself. And that's improved considerably since he first got here. Now, the last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. This is a little bit harder exercise because you're not right next to him, which is where he wants you to be because he's unsure of himself. Fred leaves him in a sit-stay, walks out to the end of his training leash. This time he's going to use the right hand to give the command and the one-word command to down. Now, if he didn't go, so Fred said no, down, repeated the command, and he laid down. As you're down from a distance. Now we've demonstrated for you all of your basic obedience commands with Mac. Your heel, your automatic sits, your stay, your down from a distance, and your come. These are the exercises that you're going to be practicing with him, both indoors and outdoors. We have really enjoyed having him. He's a nice boy and he's come a very long way. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.